The architecture components of a reference data system in the securities industry play a crucial role in providing accurate and comprehensive information about financial instruments and entities involved in securities transactions. A reference data system receives data feeds from multiple data sources such as reference data and market data vendors, analytics data providers, regulators, and other sources. A feed management solution is needed to manage incoming data feeds and move it to operational data store for processing. A data ingestion component is responsible for collecting, validating, and processing data received from these sources. This involves data extraction, transformation, and loading using ETL jobs to ensure data quality and consistency. Additionally, this component performs data normalization to standardize the format and structure of incoming data as per business rules. The reference data storage component stores the processed data. It typically includes databases that can efficiently store and retrieve large volumes of data. The storage system should be designed to accommodate frequent updates, historical data storage, and high availability. Like any other data management system, data governance and data quality components in a securities reference data system ensure the accuracy, integrity, and reliability of securities reference data. They enforce data validation rules, perform data cleansing and enrichment, and monitor data quality metrics. Data governance frameworks help establish policies and processes for managing and maintaining high-quality reference data. Security and access control components ensure that only authorized users and systems can access the securities reference data. They enforce authentication and authorization mechanisms to protect sensitive data and prevent unauthorized modifications. Role-based access control is commonly implemented to manage user permissions and data access levels. A reference data system is a key source of data for other business systems in a securities firm. Data services and APIs enable authorized users and applications to retrieve specific reference data based on their requirements. These services include search capabilities, filtering, and data aggregation functionalities. Data distribution components handle the dissemination of reference data to various consuming applications and systems. They may involve real-time data streaming, batch processes, or data replication mechanisms to synchronize data across multiple systems or distributed environments. These components ensure that consuming systems have access to up-to-date and consistent reference data. Reporting and analytics components provide insights into the securities reference data. They generate reports, analytics dashboards, and visualizations to support data analysis, compliance reporting, and decision-making processes. These components help identify data trends, discrepancies, and anomalies in the reference data. User interfaces or the UI screens in the reference data system allow users to interact with the securities reference data system. These UI screens are designed to facilitate the input, retrieval, and manipulation of reference data. Some common UI screens in a securities reference data system include data entry screens that allow users to set up new securities or update securities reference data. These screens will have forms that users can use to fill in relevant information, such as security identifiers, names, issuers, pricing details, and other attributes. Search and query screens in the reference data system help users find specific securities reference data based on different criteria, such as security type, issuer, or identifier. Query screens allow users to create custom queries and filter reference data based on specific requirements. Data editing and validation screens enable users to edit or validate reference data. Users can review and modify data attributes, perform data validations, and resolve any discrepancies or errors. Configuration screens are used to set up and manage the system's parameters, user access controls, data sources, data transformation rules, and other system-specific settings. Administrators or authorized users can configure the system according to the organization's requirements. In the next section we will look at a securities reference data system in motion. Securities firms source reference data from data vendors such as Bloomberg, Reuters, Refinitiv, IDC, Six Group, and others. Different vendors may specialize in different asset classes, geographies, or market segments. Securities firms typically source data from multiple vendors, as no single vendor can provide comprehensive coverage of all the securities and markets that a securities firm needs to access. By sourcing data from multiple vendors, securities firms can compare the data and ensure they are using the most accurate and reliable data available. Data vendors FTP data files to the securities firm. A feed handler solution with the securities firm moves the files to identified folders. A file watcher monitors the folder and triggers a set of predefined actions once it detects the incoming files, including loading the data into the staging area and launching a script to perform data quality and completeness checks. If any issues are found in the files or the file is corrupted, then the data operations team will contact the vendor for new files. Multiple files are received from vendors throughout the day, which could be based on asset class or region, and may represent the full universe or a delta file with only data updates. These files are typically stored in the data store for future reference. While a data vendor may send a file with a large number of securities and data attributes, the securities firm may only be interested in a subset of securities and data attributes. To address this, a securities of interest file is created, which is used to extract data for the identified securities with required attributes, and is loaded into a second staging table. The second staging table is a subset of the first staging table and contains only the securities and attributes that the securities firm is interested in. As new files come in during the day, the system would check for updates to any of the attributes to securities of interest. If the securities of interest file have any new security added to it, then a new record is created in the second staging table and the data for this security is updated. The next step in the process is to transform the data. Different vendors may send in same data in different format and naming convention, or the securities firm could be using a different format from the vendor. As an example, the securities firm may be using coupon frequency code as 12 for monthly, 4 for quarterly, 2 for half-yearly and 1 for annual, while the vendor may be sending in the frequency as M for monthly, Q for quarterly, H for half-yearly, and A for annual coupon payments. Therefore, data need to be standardized to ensure that it follows a consistent format and naming convention. This can include standardizing security identifiers, such as QSIP, ticker symbols or ISINs, coupon types, asset class codes, instrument type, currency codes, country code, etc., to ensure that they are consistent across different data sources. The data may be enriched by adding data attributes from secondary source for data missing from the primary data source. This can include adding corporate actions data, ratings data, or other data points that can provide additional context and insight into the security. Once the data has been standardized and transformed according to business rules, a golden record is created or updated in the securities reference data system, commonly known as Security Master. The transformations performed during the golden record creation process are designed to ensure that the data is accurate, consistent, and complete, and can be used effectively for analysis, reporting, and other critical business functions. Reference data is consumed by multiple downstream systems, including trading, risk management, trade processing, securities settlement, accounting, reporting, and other systems. As the golden record is updated, a notification is triggered to downstream systems to update their records. APIs may be used to retrieve data from the reference data system. A reference data hub can also facilitate the distribution of reference data to downstream systems.